Week 5 of the NCAA college football season is here, and the gridiron is buzzing with anticipation. As fans gear up for another thrilling week, the stakes are higher than ever, with matchups shaping the top 25 rankings and setting the stage for playoff contenders. This week's games are more than just sports. They're a glimpse into the heart of what makes college football so compelling. Let's dive into the highlights, controversies, and what's at stake this weekend. Chapter 25, a snapshot of the nation's best. The NCAA Top 25 rankings are more than just numbers. They're a weekly guide to the nation's best teams. These rankings are crafted by sports writers and coaches who analyze every game, emphasizing performance, consistency, and potential. For fans, they're a barometer of success, but they also create pressure. A top ranking can boost a team's confidence and attract top recruits, while a drop might force a strategic shift. This week, several teams are vying for their spots, with Georgia Bulldogs, Michigan Wolverines, and Texas Longhorns leading the charge. Key matchups that could change the game. This week's matchups are set to redefine the rankings. Here's what to watch. Georgia Bulldogs versus Missouri Tigers. The defending national champions face off against the Missouri Tigers, a team with flashes of brilliance. Georgia's balanced offense and stifling defense have kept them in the top tier, but Missouri's dynamic quarterback Brady Cook could challenge that dominance. This game is a test of willpower for both sides. Michigan Wolverines versus Nebraska Cornhuskers. Michigan, led by head coach Jim Harbaugh, aims to solidify their top-tier status. Nebraska, under Matt Rule, is looking for an upset, having struggled in previous weeks. Both teams are in it for the win, and this contest promises to be a roller coaster. Texas Longhorns versus Kansas Jayhawks. Texas, with a resurgence in form, is making headlines. Their clash with Kansas could further bolster their playoff hopes. The Longhorns, led by Quinn Ewers, are eager to prove they can compete at the highest level, while Kansas's unpredictable nature means they'll look to capitalize on any mistakes. Scores from Week 5. What went down? Here are the results that shaped the week's drama. Georgia 45, Missouri 28, or Michigan 34, Nebraska 17, Texas 52, Kansas 21, Florida State 31, Clemson 24. These scores aren't just about wins, they're about momentum. Georgia's run continues. Michigan and Texas solidify their elite status, and Florida State's victory over Clemson highlights their resurgence. Controversies, questions. Where do we go from here? One debate centers on whether a high ranking guarantees a playoff spot. Some argue that rankings are just a snapshot, while others say they're a critical indicator. Meanwhile, the College Football Playoff Selection Committee weighs these rankings heavily, but the process isn't without contention. As the season progresses, teams will face tough decisions, whether to focus on conference championships, manage injuries, or adapt to shifting rankings. Will the Big Ten or SEC dominate this week? Or will a "Hey Ma" underdog emerge? Fans are left wondering, does a top ranking always mean a playoff berth? FAQs. What's next? What factors determine the top 25? Win-loss records, strength of schedule, and performance against ranked opponents all play a role. Voter bias can also sway the outcome. How do rankings affect postseason eligibility? Teams in the top 25 often get automatic bids to bowl games, but outside teams may face tougher matchups. Where to find live scores? Check NCAA.com, ESPN, or CBS Sports for real-time updates. How often are rankings updated? Weekly, usually released Sunday after weekend games. Why is conference play important? Conference championships are a stepping stone to the playoffs. Strong performances in conference games can elevate a team's ranking and playoff prospects. The road ahead, a game-changing week. This week's matchups are more than just games. They're opportunities to redefine the season. As the gridiron races toward the playoffs, every game becomes a battle of strategy, talent, and luck. Whether it's Georgia's defense, Michigan's offense, or Texas's resilience, this week promises to be unforgettable. Stay tuned as the season unfolds, and remember, the journey to the college football playoff is just beginning. The gridiron is alive, and the stories are endless. Keep your eyes on the scoreboard and your excitement levels high.